Hello and welcome to the Free Fast 3 newsletter podcast edition for our email that went out on Thursday the 27th of March, and our 3 tips were all about: is AI garbage, speaking with power, and booze. Is AI garbage? I am a huge fan of Kristy Tucker. She writes some of the best articles about learning. And this one I came across recently was a really balanced, considered piece on AI. Now, whilst it was written by a learning designer, I think its points resonate across all areas where AI is having an impact in our world. What jumped out at me was this quote: "We tend to overestimate the effect of a technology in the short run and underestimate the effect in the long run," attributed to Ray Amara, futurist. So, I'll put the link to the full article in the show notes, but the question is AI revolution or garbage? Spoiler alert, it's neither. Have a read, see what you think. Speaking with power. You know, over the years, I have delivered and watched many sessions on presentation skills. If you do any kind of public speaking, you've probably seen a few yourself. And often they're about structure, opening lines, images, and other genuinely helpful things. But I haven't seen many, though, about how to affect the sound of your voice. Well, apart from ones that have been aimed directly at voiceover artists. This HBR article that I found shares 5 techniques to develop the sound of your voice. Number 1, connect your breath to your body. Number 2, focus on the exhale. Number 3, speak on the airflow. I just did that. Number 4, explore vocal variations. And number 5, connect voice and mind. I'm trying really hard not to do those things whilst I'm reading them and over-exaggerate it. But the thing is, though, given the earlier article about AI, how we speak as humans and those nuances in our voices, they may well become the only thing that actually differentiates your actual voice from your inevitable voice clone. It's coming, I reckon. Anyway, check out the full article. It's a great read, and I guarantee you will come away with at least one good idea for your next presentation, Zoom call, or piece of video content. The article is called Speaking with Power, and the link's in the show notes. Booze. Okay, so first of all, a warning or a disclaimer. This next bit contains a perspective on changing our relationship with booze. Now, if you love drinking and you don't want to consider changing, or if you have a serious alcohol problem, please seek your own advice. Please don't take mine. Okay, now that's over. Here's the thing. A little over 5 years ago, I stopped drinking. And why am I telling you this? Well, because enough time has now passed for me to be relatively comfortable saying that I did have a poor relationship with booze. And it was a good thing I stopped, for me. Now, I'm not trying to get you to stop. If you like it, that's absolutely cool. But if you've ever wondered how your life could be different by changing your relationship with drinking, there are many ways to learn more before you make any changes. When I stopped, and by the way, thank you, Claire Keane, my framework consisted of 7 elements. One of those elements was a podcast by a woman called Belle Robertson. And Belle's got a website called Tired of Thinking About Drinking. Belle's podcast was a nice, short, daily dose of insight and ideas about changing the relationship with booze. The podcast is easy to listen to, it's calm, it's not scary at all, and I highly recommend it if you are at all sober curious. Yes, for the uninitiated, sober curious is a thing. I'll put the link to the podcast and also to Belle's website in the show notes. Like I said, I'm not trying to convince anyone to stop drinking, but I am trying to help people who might already have decided they want to change their relationship with alcohol, and Belle's podcast is a brilliant way to decide. On that note, I hope you have a brilliant fortnight, and don't forget, don't compare yourself to anyone else. Just try to be a little bit better than the person that you were yesterday. See you in 2 weeks. That was me speaking on the airflow.